Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going over my favorite beauty products of 2014. On some of my items I do have a few drugstore items as well as high-end items. I didn't want to do all high-end items, especially since I know a lot of us are on a budget. I know I'm on a budget, so I always love to watch the videos that do include drugstore beauty items. So we're gonna go ahead and just start right on out. I'm going through the process of what you put on first all the way to last, so that way I don't forget anything. My favorite primer of 2014 by far, and I tried tons and tons of primers. I've tried the really hyped up Professional, I tried the Hourglass Mineral Veil. None of those worked as well for me as my favorite Smashbox Photo Finish. Now I do get the light one. As you can see, this one's this one is pretty much out. I do have a backup. This one lasts all day. It helps my foundation stay, especially since I'm combo dry oily. I get pretty oily in my T-zone, so I find this one works the best for that. Next up, we have foundations. Now I do have two high-end foundations and one drugstore foundation. Starting off with the drugstore is, like most everybody else, I love the L'Oreal True Match. Now I don't get the True Match Lumi just because I said previously I am slightly oily, so I don't really want to accentuate that. But the L'Oreal True Match is the ish. So moving on to high-end foundations, one of them I was using pretty much the whole beginning half of 2014. That would be my Makeup Forever HD foundation in Eyewear shade 120. This is seriously probably the best foundation I've found in years. And I mean, I've been wearing pretty much high-end foundation from early on. I started with MAC like most of us do, and then just branched out. And to compare to everything else, the Makeup Forever HD is definitely going to be on my favorite list for years to come. It just matches so well. It looks so natural on the skin, and you can hardly tell that you're wearing it. It's so light. So if you're looking to branch out into the higher end foundations, I would definitely recommend this one. Now my other favorite high-end foundation for 2014 would have to be the Laura Mercier Smooth Finish Flawless Fluid Foundation. Now this one is newer on the market. I want to say it came out just a few months ago. I went ahead and watched all of those reviews and I decided to go ahead and try it. And I am in the shade Ivory. Now this one it is pretty liquidy. Well, it sounds liquidy, but when it comes out, it's definitely not as liquidy as it sounds. If you guys are thinking about trying this one, I would definitely recommend it. It is what I'm wearing today, and I've just been, ever since I bought it, this is all I wear. So definitely recommend this one. So moving on to concealers, starting with our drugstore concealer of 2014, it's definitely going to be the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind, and I use the Erase Dark Circles in Neutralizer. Now this one I would say is definitely the best drugstore concealer out there on the market. If you guys don't have enough money to go out and buy high-end concealers, this one works just as well as any high-end concealer I've ever used. I do have two high-end concealers. So this one is the one I use on an everyday basis. It is definitely affordable, so definitely go out and check this guy out. My first high-end concealer, this one I use on an everyday basis underneath my foundation. So I do my primer and then I do this guy. Now this is the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage. What I love about this is you can customize it to your color. I am in SC2. As you can see, it has the light and the dark options here, but you can mix them together to really customize your color. Now, the reason I use this underneath my foundation is I do find it is slightly drying. I use the lighter color too right on the inner corner of my eyes just to brighten my eyes and make them look a little bit more awake, especially those mornings that I have to wake up super early for work or going to do whatever I need to do. Now, last but not least, for my high-end concealers, I have, I bet you can guess, the MAC Pro Long Concealer. Now, everyone is talking about this. You can only find it in the pro stores. You can also buy it online. I think it's like $18 a little tube, but I've seriously, like, not even halfway through this, and I got it probably a year ago. I do have it in two colors, so I have it in NW25 and NC25 and NW20. Now, if I really feel like doing the whole Kim Kardashian super highlighted under eyes, I go ahead and pop on the NW20, this one. This definitely gives you a brightening effect. Now, I know it does have a slight pink undertone, but sometimes I do get those tired circles underneath my eyes, so this is perfect for that. The pink undertone cancels out any of those dark circles, so perfect, perfect, perfect. And then on the days that I feel like going more natural, I stick with my NC25 because I do have a slightly more yellowy undertone. Starting out again with our drugstore powders, I have the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in transparent. This one is awesome. This is actually my second pan of this one. I believe it runs for $6, but this is perfect. Like I said before, I am slightly oily through my T-zone, so this one worked wonders all year long. For my high-end one, it is going to be the Makeup Forever HD Powder. Now, I do have the older packaging for this one. It now comes in, well, this is the travel size to begin with, but it now comes in a pressed formula, and it also comes in, I think it's like a little bit smaller packaging with a netting. Now, I don't have the netting one just because I had this as a backup. I haven't gotten the new packaging, but that definitely looks amazing. So I can't wait until I finish this one up and then go ahead and get the new packaging. Love the new packaging. So moving on to eyes and eye primers, I have only one that really changed the way I did my makeup. The Maybelline Color Tattoos. Now, these are colored cream eyeshadows. For me, Bad to the Bronze, if you can see that, gorgeous. I use this every single day I do my makeup. I have it on today, along with shadows, but this does not budge. It is just as good as any of those eyeshadow primers out there, high-end, but with half the price. Now, this year I've stuck, in the fall, I've used pretty much every single day the Bad to the Bronze. It's super easy. I just pop it on with some shadows and blend it out. During the summer, when I wanted to go for the lighter, sort of more natural looking eye, I use the color Barely Branded. So as you can see, I've definitely used quite a bit of this. You can definitely see like the indentation, but this one is awesome. It does create a slight sheen to the eye, which is beautiful under shadows or by itself, so it makes it super easy to get ready in the morning. So I only picked a few single eyeshadows this year and a couple palettes to go ahead and show you guys. I went through, I have tons of palettes and I have tons of eyeshadows, but I picked the ones that I thought were going to be something that you guys liked, as well as something that I've loved all through 2014. To start out with, I have the Makeup Geek Shadow. Now, I know this one isn't sold in drugstores, but it's definitely drugstore price. So if you guys don't want to spend $14, $15 on an eyeshadow, I know MAC's I think MAC, like their single pans are like $14. These ones, I would have to say, are way better than MAC. They're $5, $6 an eyeshadow. You get them in the pans and you pop them into your Z palettes and they are perfect. This one is called Shimma Shimma, and I actually broke my first one when I was getting ready for my sister-in-law's wedding. So broke it and I immediately had to come home and buy a new one. That's how much I love this. Also from Makeup Geek, it's Bitten by Makeup Geek as well, so love this one. So I mostly use this one for shadow under the eye, just because I don't like a lot of color on my lids. For me, that's something that I'm mostly a neutral type of person, but I do pop a little bit of color underneath my eye every so often. So I love, love, love this one. It's beautiful. I'll swatch this for you as well. Creamy, buttery. Oh yeah, you can definitely see that. Beautiful. And it's perfect for fall, perfect just as like a hint of color. If you don't have this one in your collection, grab it up. This is actually not an eyeshadow. This is a bronzing face powder by NYC, and it is in Sunny. Now I did see a tutorial with Jaclyn Hill using this as a bronzer. For me personally, it's a little bit too orangey, but I love it. See, orangey. But I love it, love it, love it as a shadow. So any of those products, guys, that you have, bronzers, blushes, you can definitely use those as eyeshadows and do a double use out of them. In terms of palettes for this year, I have two favorite palettes. One is high-end and one is drugstore. Now my drugstore palette is actually from the UK. So this one is Sleek Makeup. So if you watch a lot of, love the packaging by the way. So if you watch a lot of Pixie Woo or any of those European YouTubers, you probably would have seen Sleek Cosmetics within their YouTube videos. I brought this with me almost, I want to say for a good part of the beginning of 2014. So a solid 5 months. So this one has beautiful shadows. As you can see, I've hit pan on that transition shade there, but it has all of the darker shades and I love it. So this one is the Uso Special 658 palette. Now I bought mine online because they don't sell these in the US, but it was only like $9 and then $2 to ship it, which for me is not bad. Where if I buy something on Hotlook or something like that, it's like $6 for shipping. And I don't know why it's not more expensive, but only $2 to ship it. So pretty much I got this whole palette for like $11. In terms of high-end palettes, Naked Basics palette. Now this one is the first one, not the second. I use this almost all the time. I take this with me as well as I travel. So it has all of the highlighter shades that you need, some blending shades, transition shades, darken it up, and then the most beautiful black shade. There's only one product that's definitely changed my life in 2014 in terms of brows, and that has to be the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. It's so easy to use. The point is so fine. It has the spoolie on the end. You just draw on your brows and then spoolie them out and you're good to go. If you're thinking about getting a brow product, like a high-end brow product, Anastasia. Now for 2014, I only have one bronzer. One bronzer that I actually really, really, really loved. That has to be my Hoola bronzer. I use this every single day. I use it to contour. I use it to just generally bronze up my face. I use it as an eyeshadow. Whatever I need it for, it's just that perfect, perfect brown. Now it doesn't make your face all muddy or anything like that or orange. So as you can see, I've definitely hit pan on this. I need to get a new one, but this one is the bomb. My fave. There's only one blush for 2014, guys. Now this is the perfect blush for my skin tone. I just have to say, like, this blush just matches my skin tone. It matches my hair. I just feel like it's so natural. It's so beautiful. It goes on. There is, like, if you can see it, slight sheen, but it's not, you can't even tell. But so beautiful. This one, I haven't used this one. I still have the little tester. I don't use a lot of blush, but I still have the little tester, so I haven't even cracked this one open yet. But Dandelion from Benefit, perfect color. So in terms of highlighter this year, I feel like this has been the biggest craze of 2014. My favorite highlighter has to be the Mary Lou Luminizer by The Balm. Now I bought mine on Hot Look, so it definitely was affordable for me. I think it was only $12. So if you guys are thinking about getting this one, I would definitely recommend it. I know The Balm does go on Hot Look quite often. I'll go ahead and link my Hot Look below just in case you guys want to check that out. Well, not my Hot Look, but the link to Hot Look down below. So you guys can check out that site, but it has tons and tons and tons of makeup, beauty products, fashion, things like that at a greatly discounted price. But that's where I got my Mary Luminizer. So love this one. Again, it's a brilliant product. I use it to highlight today, so I don't know if you can see. I use it as a brow bone highlight. I use it as an inner corner highlight, whatever I need to use. If I want it to be highlighted, this is the guy or the girl, Mary. Yeah, love her. Bam. Now mascaras this year have been a huge thing. The Better Than Sex mascara has been all over Instagram, all over YouTube. I have to say that it is in my favorites this year. So starting out with the high end right now, Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced. Probably my favorite mascara for 2014. Now, I'm not going to say that this is my favorite mascara of lifetime, just because for myself, I love that it gives me volume. I love that it gives separation to the eyelashes. But for me, it is quite drying. And if I'm wearing it to work, sometimes I have really long work days, I do find that it has slight fallout under the eye. So I start getting like little black flecks or like powdery black under my eyes, making it look like I have dark circles, which nobody wants, right? But if I combined it with the number 7 Lash Adapt for buildable volume, this guy, awesome together. So this one I will use first to separate, create volume, and I'll put this guy over it to try and counteract that drying effect and to keep it from flaking. So for drugstore, if you're looking for a really, really, really good drugstore mascara that's not really widely talked about, definitely the number 7 Lash Adapt. It separates, it volumizes, and it gives you length. So this one is really good. I have it in black, and I actually need to do a repurchase for this guy. So next is going to be lippies. My favorite lip liner of 2014 by far has to be the Jordana Tawny lip liner. I really, really love mixing this with like nude lips, mauve colored lips. If I'm just going for something simple and easy, I'll pop this on and do some chapstick, to be honest. It just gives your lips that pouty Kylie Jenner sort of look for like $2. So love this lip liner, love, love, love. Lipsticks of 2014, I have 2 high-end and 1 drugstore. Now for the drugstore one, this one is from L'Oreal. It's the Collection Privé by JLo. It's that celebrity inspired nude line that they came out with. Now this one, the JLo one, is 370 Jennifer's Nude. So this one is beautiful. It's a beautiful nude color. As you can see, I've used tons and tons of this. Now it is quite sheer, so if you're looking for a super pigmented, opaque lipstick, this is not going to be it. I usually line my lips with the Jordana and then I pop this one on and it's just beautiful together. Now this one gives a slight sheen, it's moisturizing. The L'Oreal has this, I don't know if you guys think this, but it definitely has that distinct smell to their lipsticks. It reminds me of my grandma. They should probably change that smell if they can do that. For my high-end lipsticks, I have 2 lipsticks. My first one is going to be like my most worn lipstick of 2014. I have to say I wear this almost on a daily basis. It is the Kat Von D Studded Lipstick in Lovecraft. I have the little tester version of it because I bought the holiday gift set that has all of the lipsticks, and I wanted to, for myself, I really love buying those little gift sets or tester sets just because I don't want to be stuck with a full-size product when I don't love it. So if I can go ahead and buy the tester for half the price, that's definitely what I'm going to do before I go ahead and invest in those like full-on products. Alright guys, so it wouldn't be a favorites video unless I mentioned something from MAC. Now my second high-end lipstick favorite for 2014 would definitely be MAC's Blankety. I love the formulation of these. It's beautiful, it's a perfect nude, and it just goes with everything. And we're finally done. Oh my goodness, thank you so much if you guys have sat here and watched the entire video. I really appreciate it. I know we talked about a lot of products today. Now this is just my 2014 favorites for makeup. I do have another video coming up next week. I'm going to be trying to upload every Wednesday or Friday, just depending on my work schedule. It's very inconsistent, so if you don't see a video from me on Wednesday, you'll see it from me on Friday. So next week's video is going to be all about skincare and things I loved in terms of skincare body for 2014. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and thank you for watching. Thanks, bye-bye.